At least for now, managing to keep them away from it. Beans pops a double down there, soaking the time.
Okay, well, let's see if they can find something off of the regen and the reset here. Envoy cut down. Has some numbers for Cloud9, making their way on towards the hard point. Nice little backup from Neptune. Good help from Ghosty and Sib beyond that. Leads to some comfort now over the top of P1 for Paris. And we'll take a look to see if Cloud9 are going to give this more of a hit towards contesting or more of a go towards trying to hit around.
Yeah, they're going to try to contest this at the same time while hitting around. Afro working his way through JoJo. You don't want to forfeit all of this time. Give Paris GentleMates a free 30 seconds uncontested, but they fight their way back on in. The only thing is now Paris had the rotation that they want for P2. Sib's just trying to play keep away. Lines up a freebie. Envoy finds a second. Sib, doesn't miss shots, but being a little bit better with that AR in hand. But Paris...
Envoy also not able to get over the top of the awnings here on the jump over. So kind of a free break for Cloud9 in a lot of regard. They're going to have the spawns, as you mentioned, and now 35 seconds to fight with Paris hitting largely and almost purely from the front. Beans, nice. Even though stunned, he's able to find one.
What?
And how about Sib and Neptune both fall off the map? And Vivid's like, all right, thank you very much. Spawns will flip. Vivid's got the read. Just comes down to can he pack a punch here? Not quite through Garage. And Mac, the next one up, needs to try to find a way to hold, and he will at least get the first one.
Let me find out falling off the map is the key to breaking P2, because then you're spawning towards the backside and you instantly are right back into the fight. GentleMates are going to be able to walk away with a slight lead at a hard
thing going right into his face, and that's enough for Cloud9 to really secure a lot of this opening 30 seconds.
Yeah, and even though that GentleMates have the side that they want over towards Dojo, they can't contest this time. It's just all out crossfires through mid-cut that have held this together for C9. Now the spawns start to flip a little bit. When C9 already capitalized on this moment, you soak up so much time from the bad side. Flip the spawns at the right time. You can forfeit this final 10. We got the rotation to new.
Yeah, and 11 and 5 from Ghosty, you mentioned, breaks through, and Cloud9 will take a moment to pause as they try to set themselves up for a break.
Yeah, they're going to take their time. You already have Beans working his way through bottom comms, just trying to look for an opening on this pinch. Has a one-on-one isolated onto Neptune. This is where you hit the go button right through computers. Trade after trade. It turns into a one-on-one. Mackenzie melts. Should be overwhelmed. There's so many players from Paris still getting those back spawns. So this final 20 potentially is going to be theirs, but Cloud9 aren't going to give it up for free.
Yeah, Mac a little bit baited into that gunfight right there. Good separation for Paris, waiting for the respawns. But on this last attempt to fight for the exit scrap time, Cloud9 clean. Leaves it just down to Vivid and Neptune for a little bit of a scrap fight at the end. Doesn't really result in much time for either team, so we'll exit and head back to the new rotation. About a 10-point game. Afro watching the initial angle.
Cuts off a double, and the GentleMates are going to be able to take the lead. But Cloud9, this is where you got to make a tough decision. How aggressive do we want to be? Because we don't want to flip on the opposite side.
Nice opener from Neptune. Good team shots with Envoy. Has the SMGs pushing through. That will flip the spawns immediately. So you asked the question, Jay. Looked like Cloud9 was kind of split on the decision of if they were going to go or not. And instead of them being the ones deciding on what they wanted to do, it's Paris who take the home. And wow, are they ever taking the fight to him? Mac able to salvage at least some of the moments over the top of the map. But largely speaking, that is a perfect rotation from Paris. Envoy with the read, but stunned.
Quite some time before they're even in a position to contest this HP.
Yeah, that's an annoying gunfight win right there from Ghosty. So now with him and Envoy locking things down, you've got 28 seconds, and it's like the same situation we just saw from Cloud9. What do you want to do here? Do you want to try to hit through this scrap time and play around the back? Good separation. Sib finds perfect timing on that little pinch, but the SMGs for Cloud9 are able to break back through, and there's 15 seconds of scrap time. That is an important 15 as well, keep in mind, as that would now be an opportunity for them to, get into mid-map, see if they can get a read onto Paris and possibly...
He's going to be aware of it, finds the opening, knows that he's going to be surrounded. Teammates are not here to help. It's a fight.
Oh, nice tracking from Ghosty, but suppressed by Vivid, who comes back to Dojo to keep that clean for Cloud9. Mac off the reset, able to get right back into the mix, and with 30 seconds to fight, an important moment here for Cloud9. Envoy working on a route. Don't know if Afro actually fully saw him. He cuts off one at mid, and yeah, he does actually alert Beans to turn around, and those two eliminations now have Cloud9 looking really good for this back 20.
Good thing for Paris is that they still have the spawns that they want over towards Dragon's side, but they still aren't getting any time off of this P3. This has been their money hill. They're only down by 20. C9 looking for some momentum.
Small front, easy, small control. Small. Nice. Through front. I'll get rid of it. Hold right.
I'm playing through small.
And then again. One shot. Dead.
I don't want it. What is it?
Window. Could be red. Eddie, I'm gonna take a rid. Mid. We rep
P2 holding.
Eddie.
RPT Dan.
I'm playing red.
Go back.
Yo, in red. Neptune, weak. Back up.
I'm repping for make up.
FG's gonna be on top right.
Yeah,
top right maybe. I'm in top right. He's top right. Come.
Yeah, I threw net on him. He's really weak.
Turn ape.
There's another light.
Already lights. White kind of lights. Coming bottom ready.
He's underbroken. Or under mid again.
Yeah, under mid cut.
On time, Abo. Really weak on time, Abo.
Hey, knock out for the lights and under mid cut. Who's on time?
There's
a time,
I'm
Abo.
Two lights.
Let's not watch out. Both watch out.
Yeah.
They're both watch out lights, bro.
Split. We're just gonna
I killed one.
Great sequence between 3 and 4 for Cloud9 has them only down 10, and Mackenzie able to find himself 3, nearly the 4th. Afro finishes off Neptune, so Cloud9 will win a chance to just get a lead and possibly get this thing close to over.
Yeah, first time they win the rotation. And this time Paris are hoping no one jumps off the map, but they at least have one player spawning towards the backside, but everybody else on the front is getting gunned down. Mackenzie melts on 3 in a row, popping takeover in his final moments of map number 1. They cannot win here, but he's creating so much space that they can't even get close. My word. Oh!
6 in a row for Mac. All the space you could possibly want in front of P2, so the reads are that Paris are spawning behind. And who would it be besides Mac? Right back over to the fight. Beans taken out initially. Mac, a little bit crossed up, doesn't know which way to look, still finds a bit of damage. Maybe gives Afro a chance to contest the exit and finesse some of this scrap time to essentially a tie game. Nades and stuns over towards the mid cut. Has Paris largely focused on what's coming through mid. But the kills will open up a little bit of space here for Cloud9 to work through. Ghosty off 2 in a row. Not going to commit the trophy. Here's the contester behind. Ghosty off the regen, able to find himself on 3 in a row. One more around the corner. They've got the read, but they can't quite track down Afro until finally Neptune puts him down. Potential lead swap as we head back over to 4.
And now it's a 3v none. Because I thought that they had the numbers to potentially contest for the rotation. They need 10 seconds to take map 1.
Yeah, Paris going to work themselves around the backside of Dojo. Last 5 seconds. Got to find a way to contest. Got to find a way to break. Beans will drop. Max stun lands right into the mix. He finds the first bird. He's able to find some help from Afro. Envoy keeps the play alive. Still contesting. Afro gets taken out of the hard point. One more chance. It's got to be on the Sim, who's in the contest corner. He's able to find one win. Follow up from Beans. No, not quite able to get the win. So now you've got to make a decision if you're Cloud9. You can't just rush. You've got to take a breath.
You gotta find an opening kill. Afro's able to strike for the first. Vivid finds the second. You gotta go.
Neptune able to find the first. Couple of low health pulls around the back. More chance to contest if you can.
Oh my!
Envoy gets 2 with the stun. What? How about it? Sims able to break back in. Would they get this last tick? It's gonna be really tight. Envoy able to contest this a little bit longer. And you look to the minimap. Cloud9 were at P1, but they do get that final tick. Paris somehow, some way, able to get that over the finish line.
Over towards the opposite side. Neptune the only one in a position to get something done, but he gets caught.
Yeah, I don't know if a stun or a nade comes over the top and alerts Cloud9 to his position, but he was figured out very quickly. Envoy playing on the other side of tunnel. Thinking about, does he want to take a full wrap? Beans is watching it. No scope in hand, keep that in mind. He's just running the AR, and he's watching 2 things at once, and he's missed Envoy around the back. So now this just comes down to who's got the COD timing, and Envoy has it. So now alert over to Cloud9. They're going to play forward. They're able to find Sib with the scope in hand. But how do you deal with this plant as Envoy's backed off and allowed Ghosty a chance to get an isolated kill?
Oh, and Afro's not able to find that trade. So with 20 seconds to go, you have to come to the mob plant over towards A. You know the positioning of Ghosty, but you thought that Envoy was still going to be behind you, but now he's top mid, 2v1 for Afro.
Oh, Max able to find the first. Envoy very quickly right back into the mix. That's just a really good round from Envoy. I mean, he gets forward. Still sniping here on the round 2 offensive effort. Mac from the high ground just jumps in, gets isolation onto Neptune. So an early 4v3 for Cloud9's defense, plus the bomb down. And they're going to take more space over through the A side of the map. And I just don't know if you're Paris, if you expect this at all.
Looks like Ghosty is a little bit aware of it. Just gets some bad timing. Lisa Mac finding his second on the round. Gonna get traded 1v3 for Mr. Envoy. The bomb down too, Al. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna lose track of him, and this is gonna be Vivid and Beans just playing the timings.
Yeah, Envoy on 5 in a row may consider the potential of staying alive for streaks. Gonna give it a look at least for now. 30 seconds on the clock to make a move. Beans up top, seen. Nice shots. Envoy gave him a little bit of a workout, but that's a comfortable fight, largely speaking, for Beans. Of what exactly this Paris defense looks like. That is a wide open B site. Vivid also finds one on the flank watch. He's going to call for a little bit of help as he knows he's in some trouble, but he gets the regen, doesn't need the assistance. Ghosty will eventually get the trade, but the damage is done with the bomb planted.
But Envoy is able to make up for it and make it a 2v2. Gonna have the repositioning from Ghosty. He's able to locate Mac. Now Beans left in a 1v2 with 30 seconds. Yeah, just keep him on this side of the map. We'll trap him.
Yep, Beans gonna rotate back over. Oh, and Envoy just continues to dominate in this search and destroy. 7-1 through 3 rounds, and how where it's intended to go. But he stays alive and is able to get the regen. You hear the trophy system blowing up the Semtex up around the A site. Envoy already playing a bit forward. The trophy will be deleted, and Afro and Envoy will say hi to each other as this bomb may not commit to this A play.
Oh, and Beans at least gets the perfect timing through bottom tunnel. They were kind of called the rotation over towards that B site to isolate that gunfight, but at least you get the trade. 3v3, instant 2v3 as Afro finds one.
Yeah, Ghosty's seen Vivid throwing shoulders. Here comes the play. Envoy trying to make his way forward, would have to essentially go 1v2, but Mac gets the back. Mac just looking for information at mid. Need does land, gets a hit marker. Sib pushes him back. Neptune to the corner, able to go 1-for-1. Not the worst news overall for either team. It really just comes down to what happens between Mac and Sib. And this smoke makes a bit of a mess of it, and Mac will say, all right, we've pushed him off mid. Let's see if we can get the bomb over to A.
Just don't want to get caught slipping. Make sure everything is covered before we even think about this objective, and Mac's going to take some space. On their side of the map, and they spot at least them through mid-tunnel, so Sim finds one, potentially find the second. Pistol good enough onto Vivid. 1v3 for Mac.
Yeah, he's got a route, but it's been red. And Paris continue just to, again, win the map. I think especially in the mid-round. Off the get-go, it's been really Cloud9 finding a lot of first blood success. Or at least
then you know that they don't have any time to wrap back over towards B with no information on their side of the map, so we decide to push on through. And that's what creates that opening, and now this creates another opening because Sim no longer has a sniper in play. Being's free first blood.
Envoy will at least come back to pick up the recon. Maybe see if he can catch Beans off guard. Getting a little bit too comfortable, knowing that he initially had taken down the opposing sniper, and that's exactly the case. Envoy connects. Neptune follows up off of Ghosty's damage, and Paris a chance to put this one through the finish line for a 4-2 edge.
What can't he not do, Al? 1v2s, 2v1s, AR in hand.
Late pick stuff. I mean, it's been perfect right now from Envoy. 10-2 through 6 rounds. Beans right back up top. Trophy system to keep him safe. Has an opportunity at Neptune's shoulder, but not able to connect. So Paris' defense at B will have to be a little bit more timid, knowing that Beans is watching over this. Smoke will come through. Stun will land. And Beans still able to connect through this smoke. Just a blind shot landing, especially with Sib dropping through mid. Huge advantage here for Cloud9.
And a 4v2, but this time you take care of Envoy. Don't allow him to get behind you and break you down. 1v4 left up to Dan. Instantly going to get picked off, and that's all due to the early round.
Positions backside A hut. Little shadow being seen here. Sid wants to chase down a kill, but gets caught. Neptune, unfortunately, a couple of stray shots going to him, but he makes up for it with the response on the back 3v3.
And look at Envoy already getting active on the opposite side.
Yep.
Clears out a lot of space over towards B. Neptune just being a nuisance over here at A. Finds his second kill on the round, makes it a 2v2, but all the information game, we can get the bomb down for free.
And look at the map spread. Envoy able to see Vivid up top. That is not mutual information initially. Nice shots from Dylan. Holy cow, 11-3. Tags on the response, being able to actually convert that off the wall bang. The follow-up though from Ghosty, what a challenge, says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Stun may have actually landed onto his teammate there. Didn't look like that got far enough, but regardless of it, looks like Cloud9 just gonna kind of hold over towards sub and see if they can get Beans a better angle.
Yeah, he's trying to draw Paris on this side of the map. They could potentially open up A. Beans is going to be stunned out, but still hits the shot onto Neptune. Envoy there for the trade. You know that he has a sniper pistol. How hard do you want to commit? Let's use a smoke grenade to make it a little bit easier. But Beans still gets the kill.
Yeah, nice little response from Afro to cut back over to try to assist, but he gets caught going back. Sib takes down the bomb carrier, 2v2. Beans, can he find a way to hit this? Doesn't need to. Viv is able to hit the pin heavily, but just barely still alive. His little delayed stun does not land, and Envoy will get to work throwing the smoke out. Afro still playing bodyguard for Beans. Bomb not committed, but Envoy's gotten through onto green here, and this is a position that you could definitely utilize later in the round, pending he doesn't get tagged, and no, the nade does not hit him, so he's good to go.
Envoy knows that there has to be someone close, but Afro is gonna waste any more chance to potentially contest this without any stun usage, but 45 seconds to go. You get some information there over here at the A site. Beans finds one, Mac finds it for the second. 1v4 now, all up to Envoy.
Yeah, they know where he's at. No smoke initially. That's a lot of just early stuns, and actually there is a smoke at the front. Sim's gonna push through this. Did Afro see this? Has not, but Beans able to find the response. A huge trade there keeps us 3v3, but Cloud9 very alarmed and alerted that there could possibly be a B hit. They rotate a little bit late back to mid, and Envoy on his 14th elimination is able to take down Mac to give Paris the edge.
Now you got top mid, you got bottom green control, but you also have the man advantage. You don't want to get caught out by yourself, but Beans is able to find one. 2v2 with Beans on 5 in a row.
He is popping. And Beans has got a sub to play with as well. Oh! A little quick swap! Oh! Unbelievable from Beans!
EMP is going to be down towards lower ring. Envoy just playing safety. Just making sure no one's going to be able to grab it for now, but it's a battle for mid-map.
Yeah, Afro, who did get up top ring, doesn't make good use of the position, so Paris can recover. A little bit of question in terms of had Vivid gone back up top. Neptune trying to recover, but taken care of swiftly. Envoy now stuck in the corner. Beans with a pistol, also carrying the device, able to find one. If he can get through, he may be able to score it. Is there a follow-up from Afro? Yep, slides forward. Easy for the first. What an opening this has been for Vivid. Caught with the stun out. Ghosty Turks that into a double. Now he's on 3 in a row and will track the EMP back. 2:40 on the clock. Plenty of time to play with, and Envoy will go scouting things out over through the B side of the map. Mac the first one there. A couple of tags has him held back just a touch. Afro though cuts back off the middle of the map. And Vivid, that'll be enough for them to just get a free transition. That was just an absolute dismantle. Cloud9 able to come back, find the EMP carrier in Envoy's position. Well, a little bit far out of the picture, but a last second defense comes through. Neptune just needs to win the last 1v1, and he's able to. Huge save for Paris.
Yeah, Cloud9 does it. They had a freebie right there. Just going from top ring, and they have the angle on that back wall to shut you down at the goal line again. 2 minutes and counting. You already have Envoy taking space over towards the 8 point. Does win the one-on-one. Now you just got to get past Vivid, but he doesn't make it easy, and that's going to be a free score. All it takes is one gunfight. C9 up 2-0.
Afro's now on 4 in a row, 12 and 6. We talked about him needing to have a good start, and he has provided one more elimination there. Plus, Vivid finds one deep across the middle of the map. Afro can try to get up top on this lantern and maybe find himself an opportunity to body block long enough, but no, Vivid cannot slide through. Beans, Mac, they find the kills they need. Beans can walk this one home, and he's going to find a third score for Cloud9.
C9 and just to an end.
Cloud9 still dominating over the middle of the map. Vivid shut down by Envoy, who continues to just create space, and that one will feel comfortable as Sid gets Paris on the board.
And they have an opportunity to add another one to the tally with the EMP spawning on this side of the map. You still have Sid slaying his way through the back spawn on 3 in a row. Still knows that there's going to be more players in the close vicinity. Has Mac one shot. Can you find the trade? You don't. Mackenzie Melts finds 3. But Mr. Hannon, can you make a miracle happen? No, you don't. You're going to end the half down 3-1 as long as you stop this ball carrier.
25 seconds on the clock. Looks like Paris should be able to handle that no problem with those kills. Unless Envoy gets surprised here, which it doesn't look like he will. No, it will not. Last-ditch effort for Cloud9, just trying to break to the middle of the map.
The EMP carried across, but it's Envoy saving the game.
Mac trying to be a nuisance, shut down. Paris now looking to see if Envoy can make use of this forward position. Not the case. Vivid, lots of damage, not quite able to find the kills, but sets up Afro for the easy transition back through mid. Cloud9's map possession has been great through middle. Envoy able to shut down at least the carrier, creates some time for Paris to get back together, but those are clean shots from Beans, and now a chance to run it towards B.
Need to find an opening. You are Mac. Running that EMP, make sure your pitch is going to be covered. Nades are starting to hit. It's a 3v2 for the objective. Mac's going to fly on in. All 4 dead. Another one on the board for C9. 4-1 is the tally. They have the map. All 4 dead. Another one on the board for C9. 4-1 is the tally. They have the map control they want to potentially run it up again. But Afro just needs to find kills.
Oh, he may get both. Sure will. And now a chance to run it back and just save the convoy as Afro's able to find a third. Vivid finds another. 5-1 the count. Cloud9 not showing any signs of slowing down. It's forward, but it just has not been clean enough for them to actually set up any sort of an attack onto the zone.
They just keep on trying to clear on space, but C9 aren't worried about the objective right now. They're all about the slaying. Afro about to reach 30 kills on this map. He's just been the protector of this EMP. He's reading the pressure, does get double teamed, so potentially GentleMates can start the rally right here, right now. 3 dead in the feed, it gets on the board.
Got over to A once again, and Envoy finds Afro, plus another through top ring. This is going to be a third most likely unless nades will land off spawn for Cloud9. Not the case. Detonation comes in, and this map's not over yet.
You just got to play the reset now. If you are C9, 1 minute and 20 to go. Just don't allow them to slay you to bits in the feed. It's a one-on-one. Neptune's just stalling time. This is another free score. 3 scores in about 30 seconds. The GentleMates are right back in.
Mac here a little bit late. And he has to essentially have to go hero mode, able to find one, but nothing more, as Vivid will actually be shut down. And there's a chance here that Paris can create some space and try to get another score.
There's 100% a chance, but Afro and Breeze aren't trying to give it to him. They find 2. You're forcing the EMP carrier and Neptune to now wrap back to his team and waste more of that time. Probably gonna head to OT. If they want a chance at tying this game, because Cloud9 just camp your corners, win your one-on-ones, so you don't let this map go.
And they take care of Afro. He was kind of the rogue agent behind the play. Cloud9 still playing corners. Mac will drop. Some space up top towards B. Spawn is up for Cloud9 to get into position defensively for anything through panels. Neptune's got a couple of body blockers. Wait a second. You've got way out of the picture here. If they just need to find kills, they've been able to find one. Can he get through and score in time? A couple of defenders are there, and unfortunately, trade being sought after for Cloud9 doesn't work out. First 3 kills go the way of Paris, and that's going to be a lot of early time here on P1.
And you make sure you block those back spawns over towards blue, put all your focus over towards yellow, and force C9 now to hit some routes. The stuns and nades will be impacted for early into the game because there are no trophy systems, but Ghosty dominating over towards Statue leads to another clean 4 dead. The ideal start the GentleMates were looking for to start this map.
Yeah, 4-0 from Ghosty, holding Cloud9 back just a touch, but a couple of the kills come through, allow New York to get back in for the last 17 seconds. Follow up onto Envoy is good. So now you can start to run a little bit if you're Cloud9, but Sib steps in front, almost able to find both. At least enough damage to make the trade a little bit more simple, and it'll be a 23-8 scoreline heading over to P2.
And now it's a race over towards P2 because Paris GentleMates, they get really aggressive through top mid, and now C9 take full advantage of it. 2 players are not going to spawn.
Stay up top, so good to make sure there's no quick follow-up from Cloud9, and Paris can come off the spawn and reestablish control.
Yeah, this is a good chunk of time to get as well. Neptune just trying to create an extra layer through Statue, only finds 1, gets all the info that the pressure is still going to be on, though, because C9 don't want to give up this 20 for free. It's on Sid, almost lines up 3 in the feed, but should set up Mr. McLeod for this final kill. Almost a 50-point lead as we head over towards P3. Off the rotation, Paris are working through about it right there at a Neptune, making sure you're giving the comp to your teammates. Hard block, because I'm going to break them down. Cloud9 have yet to get close towards this P3. Now they're trying to rally their way through bottom tunnel, but here comes Mr. McLeod. Lines up another double. Still knows that there's pressure from the front end. Who cares? Ghosty's got you covered. Paris are not making any mistakes here on Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's building streaks right now, it feels like. 80-point game. Could be when they find the first 3. Ghosty a bit stuck in no man's land. That'll flip the spawns. Good moment here for Cloud9.
Yeah, that's big plays out of Afro. The sole man off the rotation is able to find 2, stall time, and now he's on 4 in a row with the spawns flip. So if you were looking for a moment to get yourself back into it, this is it. If you are C9, you have to capitalize on it, but you might not have a chance to think about it because GentleMates have the back spawns. They're going to overwhelm you. They have top P1 control, and now this is a good chunk of time to walk away with.
About as quick as that break happened, it is responded in kind by Paris, and the lead continues to go back up towards about that 80-point mark. really tall hill to climb right now for Cloud9. Paris is frying, they're cooking, they're building some momentum. Let's jump.
Spawning blue crate, the whole team.
Nice.
P2 native.
Hold bitch, hold bitch.
Yeah, I got it. Yo, P2, one shot P2. Absolute. Lane down. Nothing pitching.
One P2 really weak. P2 missing.
Tunnel
One
around.
Tunnel locked in.
Yeah. Come here.
They're top mid, one shot.
All good.
There's R11 next to their side.
Come out with me.
There's one lane down.
Nice,
You're locked up too.
nice.
Yo,
We
there's
got
top mid and one statue probably.
Statue dead.
Nice,
Wait,
go.
guys,
20 blue crate, 20 blue crate.
Inner really weak, guys. Inner weak.
Blue crate, one shot.
I'll bump you.
Side door, in the back, Afro.
Yeah, in back.
I'll keep it back. He's not peeking.
He's dead. One more.
Nice.
Nice.
They're one shot.
They're still there. They're still there.
One in the back. Last guy's in the back. Has to be. All spawn out.
Shit on.
There's one before.
Get time. I have all front.
I have the right. I have the right.
It's one out. I don't see
No,
that.
wait. There's one hold on you. Blue crate. One's blue crate. One's deep on you. Dead.
Well, Jade, same as it ever was. I mean, it's just been continual beatdown after beatdown moment for Paris. Heading back over to P3, and the wind is just out of the sails of New York right now.
Yeah, they just have way too much pressure on the map. Everyone's whipping out an extra SND at sometimes. Even Ghosty finds himself on 3 in a row. Make it 4. You win the rotation over towards P3. Last time they could have contested you here, but Vivid and Mac combined for 2, so might be the opening they were looking for unless you can't trade Ghosty. And that seems to be the case because the guy's is on fire. 7 in a row, Hellstorm earned.
Yeah, looking like we could be seeing some sort of 100-point club here if this continues. Neptune. Hello! A little bit too much of a bounce off the wall. But Sid picks up 2. Rotation looking pretty stable for the moment for Paris, but the spawns are a bit 50-50 split with the spawns.
Yeah, he's just going to contest this. You have Sim trying to set up the pinch through bottom tunnel, but Neptune finds the opening. Back spawn secured. We also have a Hellstorm just in case this break doesn't work. Vivid is able to find 2, trying to give Cloud9 some momentum because they are holding from the front. So far, so good.
Neptune, lots of damage. Pistol out. One more? No. Bean's able to find the double, but just too many Paris members resurging off of this respawn. Finally, Cloud9 can stabilize. But for how long? Ghosty already back up top. The rest of Paris hitting longer routes around the back. They can smell blood. And they do not want to allow Cloud9 to get any momentum cooking up here, but all of a sudden this player on the back has been red, and that's all 4 down. Paris will be able to get over 100 points and make a move forward to see if they can get across the map, and the first 2 kills are theirs.
Okay, hold on. So Paris hop in.
Yeah, Sim now establishes who's spawning where with that elimination onto Vivid. So every second becomes a dangerous one now. As Paris inch closer and closer to the finish line, Ghosty continues to lay in the damage. Beans for 2. Maybe a chance to continue to contest, but Envoy's right there behind it for another 4-piece. And this is just looking like the Paris we've come to know. And for some love, as Beans will continue to give it his best go. Another double for him. He's on 4 in a row. Cloud9 not done yet, but definitely backs against the wall. They have to win this rotation anew.
And Beans got the razor out. Okay, very fast. But at this point, only needed 14 seconds for the GentleMates as they find every single kill off the rotation besides 1. This should be the finishing touches here on map 4.
Sure looks that way. Gonna have to find some sort of a break from the front. And Cloud9 a little bit more concerned about where this pinch from Sib is coming, and no one's gonna even see the P2 hard point. Bottom dirt right now is Cloud9 with only 45 seconds on the clock. They're feeling that this has to be something through mid or something up top towards B.
Yeah, they're trying to work this objective over towards A, but Mac is in a position to shut it down early on. Instant trade there from Mr. McLeod. 35 seconds and counting, trying to find kill number 2. Team shots and the Semtex makes it a 3v1.
Wow, what a stick. Neptune got that read as he jumped on through the window. Perfect help, and now it's just down to Vivid, and he is stuck essentially on the wrong side of the map for this. I think he sees Ghosty up top, but yeah, this is going to be a bomb plant and a tough 1v3 as he tries to exit. He runs right into the final Paris member.
Slow down your play call here in a man disadvantage. You get info and you're able to get the kill onto Mr. Neptune. That should not be the case. You got to value your life a whole lot better, but 3v3.
I mean, that's just a little bit wide of a shoulder, but that's a laser beam from Vivid.
It is.
So now Sib is a little bit on an island. He sees one cross through tank, pistols out. He somehow gets the win versus Mac, and now he's got help from Ghosty. Are we joking? Absolutely unreal. So now it's just down to Vivid for another 1v3 opportunity.
Bomb is going to be down over towards B side as well, and Paris is just in a just willing to give it up. Hey, you can get it down. You got to kill all 3 of us, but it's a lot easier now with Ghosty dropping for free. If he gets his bomb down without getting contested, this becomes a lot more difficult, but he should be spotted. Jumps right in.
And yeah, a little bit extra confirmation as Mac throws his shoulder over towards the side alley. Neptune in some trouble, fighting back. Nice little tag. Off screen, Mac does eventually get tallied by Sib, and then the help to make sure the mid-map stays safe for Paris is clean. They've got a 4v2 early.
Yeah, and you instantly probably want to get this objective down because you already had info on at least one player through mid-cut. But Sib, the best player on Exposure Search and Destroy at watching the pinch. Kill number 5 in a row. 1v4 now for Vivid, and he gets cut down. Paris are dominating here in the game 5. This win right here.
Clean.
Gotta figure out your strategy to get on the board, and that might be it. Sib gets picked off by Beans with the perfect angle on the side of P4 building. You got the first blood. You got free clearance over towards speed. Let's just get it down.
Vivid watching the mid-cut. Afro playing bodyguard over the top of the site. Paris gonna rewrap behind through their spawn and see if they can catch any info. A couple of tags onto Mac. Can they follow up on the damage, though? Max just continues to slide and use the bomb as a bit of a heady. He's got Haffer on top of the solar panels. Nice shots from Ghost. They find the first, and he gets a second. Mac in some trouble, will drop. Oh, no. Beans has got to go to try to get there. He doesn't have an angle on this bomb. Moves quickly, but Ghosty's already got it past halfway. Pistol out, trying to find the bomb diffuser. Not going to happen. Paris bounced back in another odd man situation.
Kill on the site. Don't waste any time. Let's hop the objective and catch him with his pants down. An easy retake for the GentleMates, even man down.
Nades over the top, Mac, Vivid both found, and Afro, who commits on the play to try to follow up late, is already traded. Also comes up empty. So Cloud9 maybe feeling like they can get a little bit of setup here through mid. Paris working over towards tank side, have avoided Vivid. Do they catch timing as they make their play forward? There's the bomb plant. Mac out of there. Afro finds Sid, but Envoy on 4 in a row. Smokes himself to safety. We go 3v3.
Trying to locate these players over towards dirt side. Ghosty's able to at least find one. 2v2, 30 seconds to go. Vivid is not going to be in this play. So it's all out just making sure no one's going to be in a defuse, but someone eventually has to check.
Envoy, oh, timing up and over, not going to work out as Vivid is coming back to the bomb. Ghosty now by himself with a 1v2, finds the first. Pistol out, looking desperately for Vivid. Cannot find him, and the clock will expire on this 1v2 clutch chance. Cloud9 on the board, but a long road in front of him.
And that's a big kill for Ghosty. Even though the rest of this game might not go on for that long, but he is on 6 in a row.
Feeling some freedom here with the sniper likely out of pocket, but Afro still finds first blood. That was Envoy trying to stretch across the middle of the map. Extra damage from the nades, but that's a 4v3 secured for Cloud9. Make it a 4v2 as Vivid finds another.
Now, there's no need for anyone to try to be a superhero, but the wall bang's good enough for Ghosty to earn himself that Hellstorm. So even in the 2v4, you still got a chance here. Can you stall out time for Neptune to work this super flank? Is he just looking at the map, enjoying the scenery? Where are you, Nep?
He's looking for somebody in the back of the defensive spawn, but little to his knowledge, Cloud9 has pushed super far forward and now have a Bermuda Triangle surrounding this bomb. Good shots on to Vivid, but following up on that damage is a different story. Nade over the top, just a little bit too tall. Stun also comes up empty, and a little bit of support from Afro makes this pretty unwinnable. The Neptune gave it low. In main control here for Paris. If Afro slides through this, he is likely toast. And yep, that's the case. No follow-up there. Paris will have first blood for V3.
This is where the Hellstorm comes on in. So now you're going to force them indoors. You're going to have the information on every single player. If you're Paris, you can take a lot of space away. You're going to send it through dirt. Try to isolate this player in towards the tube, and Beans should drop like a fly without getting anyone 4v2.
Yeah, Neptune, perfect timing to find Mac. Try to get back to the play. Vivid, the last one standing for a 1v4. Gets the first long jump and a huge slide, though. I think that's from Neptune. Finishes things off. So it's a tight opening.
Hey there, handsome.
And then map 4.
How we doing, Bucket?
Doing real good. Today, you guys kept us in the office much longer than we expected. We thought a 3-0 was incoming, but you guys were almost on the losing end of that. Talk me through the first half of this series. Why was it so close?
Yeah, I mean, I think today, like, we just weren't playing our game, losing a lot more gunfights than normal, and maybe just butterflies of getting back into the matches. So definitely really sloppy from us. Cloud9 put up a good fight, but end of the day, we took the dubs, so gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, you say it's sloppy, but this was also one of the best hardpoint teams prior to the break as well.
Right.
And you guys still win both those HPs. So I kind of want to ask you, how are you guys so far ahead in hardpoint right now? What have you been doing?
I think this is a weird one. Every year, I feel like everyone forgets how to play HP beginning of the game. So just focusing on the fundies. You know, this mode's been around for forever, and yeah, just scoring a lot of points. I don't know, soaking 60s and making good plays attributes to wins. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Close map 1, but map 4 they got absolutely stomped.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the hard points. Now I want to focus on game 3. I know you've always been a huge game 3 guy, the swing game. But I mean, obviously overload, but exposure. Now 0-2 for you guys. Close, almost a crazy comeback. But what little details you guys need to work on this map moving forward?
I think for us, it's a lot of just playing ahead in the mode. I mean, I think we were losing a lot more gunfights than we usually do, like I kind of started off saying, but it's just having good flow, manipulating the spawns. But I think we've been overall really good in practice, so I think we just got to work on it in the matches, and we'll be fine.
Envoy, if there was a push-up contest amongst the GentleMates, who would win?
I mean, come on. Sib is going to win, man. This guy's going to the gym, probably the only one of us. So,
guys working.
I got Sib on that one.
Cars, bro. In the
Well
garage,
done,
like,
Sibulans.
This is Vin Diesel.
This guy's literally family.
Always the family. Envoy, thank you for being family here on the CDL.
Thank you. Go Bears.
Yeah,
Let's go. Go Bears.